just like a wooden like A-frame type thing. Like there's a lot of different things you could do. Tires. It's people get pretty creative with it.
Yeah, they definitely do. I just use like the 5-gallon buckets from like Home Depot. I drill holes in the bottom, and then I just get the little tomato cages and I stick them in and just let them go wild. You know, not go wild, but
that's the thing. Like if you actually go out and buy a purpose-built planter, even if it's just like, you know, plastic, those things are super expensive. Buckets are like what, $3-4?
Yeah, $3. $3 at a Home Depot or something like that. So, and I actually have hops in a 5-gallon bucket, which I got to make into a 10-gallon bucket. So, because it's like they only, you know, obviously in a 5-gallon bucket only grows so much.
Right.
Like I get like by the end of the season, I get like 15 hops, which is like nothing, you know.
Yeah. Right. What variety are you growing?
Right now I have, I think, Nugget or Nougat, however you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was Nougat, right?
No, Nugget.
They're chocolate hops.
Yeah.
I was trying to think if there was two G's or one G in it.
Yeah.
And there's a couple I was looking at, but then I want to grow them a little bit longer, and then I'll add different hops to it, you know?
Yeah, nice.
So.
Yeah, I tried to grow them once, but I didn't up too good. But yeah, they grow and kind of multiply. You could split them off and, you know, multiply your plants too. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's the plan in the long run, you know?
Yeah.
So I would love just to grow them in the ground, but like I don't want to overpopulate the whole like yard full of
a lot of times people will run them up a line and, you know, make them follow because, you know, it's a vine.
Yeah.
I mean, these things are like 30 feet in the air. But, you know, if you have a dedicated area and you can keep up with the weeding and stuff like that and give it attention.
Yeah. Well, Scott, you missed it. We were talking about gardening and like being a little more
That was weird. What just happened?
Yeah, no, Scott just flipped over to the top and you moved down to the bottom.
That's weird.
Yeah, my Zoom quit and then came back.
Yeah, you blacked out real quick and then you moved.
Maybe it auto updated. I got a notification it needed an update before.
Yeah.
So you're talking about gardening?
Yeah, and like.
Yeah, pretty much. Gardening, canning.
Learning how to can fruits and vegetables more likely.
So canning, I've thought about getting involved with that a little bit because Chris, you and I have made hot sauce probably 10 years ago at this point, but I still have the recipes for a few of the hot sauces that I made, and you know, to make some of those preserves, it would be pretty awesome in a time like this. But I mean, these things are still readily available right now, but to make your own is pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. You ever see it's on YouTube. It's called, I think, Hot Ones.
Mm-hmm.
Where like it's a celebrity with a guy who interviews them. And each question he starts out with like the plate, like boring sauce, and it gets to possible like 10 hottest wing you can, or wing sauce you can get, and like they're struggling by the end of it. Guess what? It was DJ Khaled, where he went to like the third wing and he was done.
They get hot pretty quickly on that show.
I love spicy stuff, but
me too.
I can't eat it like I used to.
Yeah, I want to try to learn how to make a new pepper. Not make it, but like cross-pollinate and make a new pepper. Because like, you know what it is? Because like there's this guy. I think he lives like in like North Carolina, South Carolina. You know how like they have they come up with the hottest hottest pepper every year.
They try.
Yeah, there's like there's a whole like underground thing for where people they cross pollinate. So pretty much, if someone there's this guy I forgot what his name was. Say this other person goes out with the hottest wing, or I can't want to say wing, the hottest sauce or
Lost audio.
Yep. I was wondering if I dropped or if Chris did.
Chris, you're not talking to us anymore.
I lost you on that one. My thing.
Yeah, there you are. So, are you still with us, Chris? He's gone again.
Oh boy. Anywho. So I know that we've got a few watchers right now. I want to do the question of the day. And today is, how often have you found yourself touching your face now that this virus has brought the attention to it? And all three of us that are on this chat can answer it, and Mike literally just touched his face.
No, I didn't. I was like that. No, but I did catch myself touching my face like twice on the chat. But no, honestly, like I said, my day to day hasn't changed. I like never leave the house, so I really haven't paid much attention to it. But I've been washing my hands a lot more and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, it happens. It's a habit, and I never even notice half the time.
Right.
Yeah, I know it's the same thing. Like it's been thrown in my head 'cause working in a doctor's office for like a month and a half already. So it's just like I'm still like I mainly do this for some reason, or like I'm always like itching right there or itching like
Stroking
right
the
here.
beard.
Yeah. But like I always like I caught myself yesterday so many times when we were on live. I was constantly going like this.
Mm-hmm. I feel like my face itches more when I can see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
And like
One thing I will say I've noticed, and this is just from cleaning out the brew space and working out in the shop and stuff, but instead of just if I have an itch or something, instead of using like my hands, my fingers, like I'll actively try to like use
like
my
this?
arm or something. Yeah. I've been doing that a lot lately, so I guess that kind of counts. It's kind of in my head, this whole virus thing, but it's my house, like no new people are coming by or anything, so
right.
You know what it is too? I always you'll find, I don't know if you ever noticed, but like, so I have an itch like right there, I itch right here. Now I got an itch this side. It's like a weird, like, I got itch both sides.
I can't say that I've ever found that.
Yeah. Or like, if I do this, I gotta do it to this side. Like I gotta like a weird like habit,
So if anybody wants to answer that question down below in the comments, whoever's watching, I think we still have a few viewers.
Yeah, we're up to
how often have you found yourself
right
touching your face now that the virus has brought attention to it, or brought more attention to it? I'm definitely more privy on how much I touch my face now that this has become a bigger problem. Another thing that I was looking at today was a local newspaper, and I'm not going to name it because I don't support them, had posted something about how there's a big box store in Waterbury that has not provided trash cans for people to throw away their gloves in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, I read that.
And it's somehow the store's problem, but yet the trash cans have been there at every single cart corral for the last like 15 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say most stores I can think of have at least one garbage can, like whether it's outside the door or what. I mean, worst case though, like, I mean, come on, don't be a scumbag. Don't throw your stuff on the ground. Like, it's especially now with all this stuff going on. But I mean, just take the glove, turn it inside out, and turn the other glove inside out into it. Toss it in your car, and get rid of it when you go home.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
If your
if it's
hands were
ins-
clean when you put the gloves on and you invert
Exactly.
them both when you take them off, your hands are still going to be clean and you won't have to touch the possibly infected or dirty part of the glove. It's
Right.
not that difficult, but I swear to God though, people need to be trained on how to use gloves because half the people that are using them have no idea what they're doing. They're wearing the wrong size. I get that they're not as available as they were before, but if you're wearing the wrong size, it's also easier to contaminate something else. So if you're not wearing, like, I take a large glove, rubber glove, latex, whatever, and if I wear an extra large, it's way too big. There's overhang on the fingers. It just doesn't work. If I wear a medium, it's too tight. So if I squeeze my hand together, the glove can rip.
Yeah.
I just see so much no common sense being used.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It's just use common sense. Like, I mean, we saw it a lot. What was it? 3 weeks ago now, out in Colorado, just like people wearing face masks. And like they're just sitting there with their face mask on. They'll take their mask off, take a drink, or like take it off to talk to somebody. Like,
Yeah,
that's that's the time when
the
you
whole purpose.
exactly. That's the time when you want to take it off the least. When you're face to face with somebody having a conversation, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was telling Scott when I went to go pick up the mic from him. I was driving and like people were walking obviously on the sidewalk. There's no one around. This guy is wearing this face mask. I get it, but like there's absolutely no one around you, and like we're in open air.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a little.
I guess the slim chance that you might run into another pedestrian
Yeah, walk by
sharing the
somebody.
same sidewalk, but I
I
mean,
mean, it might be a little silly, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But like,
Yeah.
just actively removing your face mask on an airplane, like you're crowded right next to people. Like, it's just don't wear the mask if
that's another thing. Like airplanes and crowded places in general, like a bus or a train. Your typical 737 aircraft is like 10'6" wide on the inside. Ask me how I know. There's 6 seats wide. There's an aisle. Each person has about 18 inches of space to your left and to your right. That's it. This is what you get. In front of you, you've got about 16 inches until the seat in front of you. If you are in an aisle seat on a 737, a 6-foot radius around you includes everyone to your right, everyone to your left, and 3 rows in front of you, and 3 rows behind you. I can't do math off the top of my head, but that's 36 people?
Yeah.
Also, everybody that walks by you too.
Yeah, and there's 2 restrooms on a plane. One at the front, one at the back. The chances of someone walking past you, besides the stewardess, which there's going to be more than one, so there's usually 3 on a flight like from Hartford to Denver. Just using that because that was the most recent flight. That's yeah. Don't go on a plane right now.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. even if they're $20 a flight,
That's a
Yeah.
fantastic price, but I am good.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. And I'm looking as we're talking. Dana says she catches herself constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Her face itches more when I know I can't scratch it.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's weird because like now that I'm looking, we're having a chat like this, I can see my face. If I look in the mirror, I have really dry skin, so I tend to, when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh, okay, itch, pick this piece of whatever. It's like I tend to do it a lot, and it's just a creature habit, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, one thing too, now
But I do
it's
wash my hands a
allergy
ton.
season. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's allergy season now, and yesterday was horrible for me. And I'm constantly rubbing my eyes, or like mostly rubbing my eyes with allergies. I mean, they're just brutal, and so that's no good.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of people are feeling that pain right now.
Yeah.
I had a sore throat for like 2 weeks before this whole thing kicked. And like I've been every day I'm sneezing like crazy. I'm like, great. I sneezed at Scott's like 3 times outside.
Now,
Mm.
granted, Chris and I were never near each other, just so
Yeah, we
anybody
weren't.
that's watching knows. Like,
And we were outside the whole time.
yeah, so he came over to pick up. I gave him a USB microphone so that he could use for these chats. I had an extra. He came over. I had it on the porch, and he actually went to the window, and we started talking through the window. And at some point, I did go outside, but we never got near each other. So
No. So
just so you guys know,
every time he would move, I would
he would
move like
move.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
We were constantly like walking around the
So
whole like
it just I'm pretending like everybody has cooties.
yeah.
So like you have cooties, get away from me.
He's got a pretty big yard, so it's not like we're not like shoulder to shoulder like
My yard is tiny compared to Mike's.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I have no yard.
But like it's still like good like length of space where we won't even be like near each other,
Mm-hmm. And I think that there's still a lot of people out there that do like I know that people haven't changed their ways for shopping, and I know that some people shop daily.
Yeah.
Buy for the week or for 2 weeks if you can afford it. I know that some people live paycheck to paycheck. I know I certainly do, but we're trying our best to shop for at least a week or two out, just so that we don't have to go to the store and expose ourselves to any sort of anything for at least a longer period of time.
Yeah.
But I know that people are still going to the store every single day to shop, and I please don't do it. If you can have someone that's healthy, younger, well and able-bodied to do it, to go shopping for you, for even if you needed to do some sort of shopping, have someone else do it for you if you're elderly or if you're immunocompromised. There are all sorts of pickup and delivery services. I know they're all swamped right now, but if you can get on there and set up a pickup time you got to plan in advance. We were speaking on this earlier. We saw someone that was at Walmart who was a single parent, or at least that's my assumption, who tried to bring their child into the store, and the store was not allowing children. They refused to let them in, so they had to go back to the car, and the lady freaked out. And if you can get a sitter for the day to go shopping, or if you can send someone else to do your shopping, do it.
Yeah.
The Walmart's got the pickup service too. I don't know if they have it up there, but
They
mine
do.
And I know that's slammed right now. There's no pickup times available all this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you
Um,
said that too. I didn't mean to cut you off. Dana just
Yeah.
said that she's got to get something online in the middle of the night just to get a slot with Peapod, the stop
Yep.
and shop. The stop and shop. As you literally said that, she commented the same thing.
Yeah, it's hard, but you need to this comes back to more common sense than anything. I think you need to plan ahead, and you need to not just wing it and hope for the best.
Yeah.
You really can't. You planning ahead is key, but you also got to think.
Yeah, and she said it's 2 weeks out if you get a slot.
Wow.
Yeah, well, and that's another thing too. I know in some smaller urban or some smaller communities like Mike's, you only got the one grocery store within a 20-minute drive that doesn't offer a delivery service or a pickup service. You still have to go and shop inside.
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't have that capability, or if they didn't have something you needed and you couldn't shop for, let's say, 2 weeks out for the items that you want or you need, you would have to travel to the larger store, which is further away, and shop at multiple stores. And it would just be more difficult to get what you needed, obviously, but
See, my state of mind right now is, to your point, if I go to the store with a specific recipe in mind or something and I can't find, yeah, I mean they're gonna have the staples for the most part, with the exception of like maybe bread or whatever. But like you can usually find a substitute for milk. Like it's, maybe it's not the specific type of milk that you usually drink. Just grab what's available, you know. Not saying grab multiples, grab what you need, but if I needed like something very specific for a recipe, a spice or something, like I'm not going to two stores just for a stupid spice. Like I'll make
Right.
something different, okay, chicken's chicken, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just not going to be the exact same dish, but I'm not going to risk getting sick or getting my family sick over like one item, you know what I mean?
right. And
Yeah.
again, that comes down to trying to plan ahead. And if you can, like I said, if you could shop for that 2 weeks out, you'll have all that stuff. Then you don't, on a whim, try and say, "Oh, well, I just need the one thing today,"
Right.
and you wouldn't have to go to the store every day and hope for the best. Just I'm gonna go to this store because I need wipes. Like, no, that's first of all, you're not gonna find wipes, but you can't just say, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to the store to find this one item," and then God forbid they don't have it. And then
Yep.
you went to the store, you saw all these people, you didn't get what you wanted. Now you go home. It was a waste of time, and you exposed yourself to God knows who. Now, I hate to say it that way, but in the community, the way it is now, you have to worry about
Yeah,
everyone else around
absolutely.
you, and it's like not to say that everybody's infected, but you have to kind of act that way,
Yep.
even
Absolutely.
though you don't want to. It's
Exactly.
Yeah, I went a couple weeks ago and bread was totally wiped out. I ended up just buying a packet of yeast. I was like, I'll just make my own hot dog buns or whatever, hamburger buns, whatever I needed. I didn't get around to doing it, but I went back out like a week later because we needed something else that was critical, like milk or something like that, and they had happened to get a shipment of bread. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But a lot of people aren't working now. They've got a little more time. Um, Give it a shot. Try baking. It'll save you time. It's safer. It's probably cheaper, and it's probably a heck of a lot better too. It could be fun.
Yeah. At least you know what you're putting in it, for the most
Right.
part. So, I want to try when I make tomato sauce. I want to try. I want to smoke it in my smoker with the apple wood,
Oh yeah.
and then mill it, and then cook it that way, and then
That would be awesome.
top out of it, but can it,
Yep. I gotta
so.
make some pizza dough. I gotta make some pizza.
Oh, you
been a
actually are
while.
really, you do a really good job at making pizza dough.
Thank you.
Just saying.
That's what a lot of the pizza places are doing up here. They're selling like little pizza dough kits
Yep.
where you get like the pizza. Like I can't make dough or anything to save my life, but like you get the dough, the sauce, the the cheese, the toppings for like
Yep.
$20 or whatever.
I forget which restaurant it was. It was in West Haven. It was like $9.99. They were selling that, like a large pizza kit. So you get
I
the
saw
dough, the
something about
sauce,
that.
the pizza.
Was
The,
it Luna?
Was it
it wasn't Zapardi's because I
Oh, it
heard the
wasn't
Z.
Zapardi's. Yeah,
No, but
that's what I was gonna say.
Zapardi's is actually offering a home delivery service
Huh.
with their pizza truck because they actually have a truck.
Oh, that's what I saw. Okay.
They pick a town every day, like 4 or 5 days a week, and then they're going to be in that town, and then you schedule a pickup or you schedule a delivery, and they'll literally deliver it to your driveway, which is really cool,
Yeah.
especially for a truck. It's like,
Right.
they probably make it on the way, like
Yeah.
hot and ready.
I remember seeing that post, the $9.99. I thought it was Luna Pizza.
It might have been Luna, yeah.
I'm not too
Because
sure.
I was really surprised at how cheap it was. I was like, wow, $9.99, like that's better than like even a Walmart frozen pie.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a Walmart frozen pie for like $6 or $7, but definitely would rather the ingredients from a real like brick oven
Right.
or wood-fired oven restaurant.
They're probably making bank off it too because they don't have to run their ovens. They're just the ones selling the kits or whatever. They're just selling it for pretty much the price of a pizza, and they don't have to do any of the work.
And I know also this isn't pizza, but Chris and I are both frequents of Rich Farm in Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
They were closed for a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
And they decided to open back up, but under the guise of an honor system. So they would basically, you tell them what time you're going to come, you put the money out in the box, and then they put your ice cream out there, and then you pick it up. So it's like an old farm stand sort of style. And they're only a cash-only business anyway, so if you tell them if your item is $10 and you only bring a 20, you tell them that you're bringing a 20, and they'll leave a 10 in the box with your ice cream. So like, it's an honor system, obviously, but they have all your info when you contact them. So
yeah, and it's just like they're doing. They sell them in pints and quarts.
yeah, Jess and I purchased 2 quarts, probably, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. It was the weekend that we got back from Colorado, so the 14th or 15th.
Yeah,
I think it was the 15th that we went. But
yeah, because I think that's just exactly right. Like that might have been exactly when they just opened too.
yeah, it was like that day. But they already had the signs out front that had said, please, 1 person per car, 1 person in the line, only 10 people in the line total. Stay 6 feet apart from each other. Don't use our outhouse. Things like that. It was, they did everything right, as far as I can tell. And they're still doing it right. At least that, there's no cars there. There's no people other than you come at 4:15 to pick up your pint. You know what I mean? They're still able to make a little bit of money.
And they had when you went to go get when they had people there, they had 1 person specifically taking the money, 1 person specifically going and get the ice cream and scooping it, and that person was the person that gave you the ice cream was the person.
Right, and they had the rope up there too, so you couldn't go past the rope to the window, so you only had to reach. You had to reach a certain distance.
Literally, you're like struggling to like reach. Yeah. They in a good way, But like they really stretched us to give it to them. So.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis, he's on. He said, "What's up, fellas?"
That's not on.
What?
No, Lewis, he commented.
Yeah, that's not on.
Or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, I get it.
God damn it, Lewis.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too. That's pretty much everything that I wrote down for what I wanted to speak about. Yeah. I'm good. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants right now. That's kind of how use common sense, folks. That's it. If you have it.
It's about as common as toilet paper now.
That's another thing. Be a decent person and stop hoarding the damn toilet paper. Like, there's no reason. This isn't a
toilet paper for a respiratory.
This isn't a GI problem. Like, I understand that, like, there's GI bugs and stuff like that are going around and everything, but why hoard toilet paper and paper towels? Like, these are things that you can get regularly. They're not in short. They're on the next truck, folks. Like, these companies are still making it. Like, I thought about it last week or something like that. I was like, Vic DiBitetto, the comedian, he did the bread and milk video during the blizzard, and he's a New Yorker. He lives in Long Island, and he did gotta go get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. He did that video, and it became like this internet sensation. I want someone, if not myself, to make a video similar. I gotta get the toilet paper and the hand sanitizer. Like, Please, someone do it,
Hand
or
sanitizer.
I will.
I haven't seen hand sanitizer in the store since this.
No,
thing
you're not gonna
toilet
find
paper, yes, but they're making hand sanitizer. Well, pretty much everywhere now, but like volunteers down here, they're getting Everclear and Aloe and mixing them up and bottling them up and handing them out to first responders and all that stuff. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it's kind of it's cool, but it's unfortunate that it needs to be done. You know.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. Welcome to the chat.
Good.
To let you know,
I wondered where he was. I was hunting for him.
I
Who,
heard
Chris?
someone call my name, so I had to go upstairs. I go, what the hell's going on up there?
Oh boy.
And to let you know, all the people on Facebook could hear you.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
we're live.
I'm going to
Yeah.
start singing. Is that all right?
You're literally live. Just give me
Here,
a
I'll
heads
change
up.
it to Gail.
Yeah, I had Wonder Woman
look,
on there
We
before,
changed it to
right?
Gail, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I did that for the studio because I was on with the
Oh,
studio.
yeah, that's what it was. We were like,
Yeah.
what the hell did that happen to?
Yeah.
I
I
know.
was out with the studio with about 30, 40 people,
Really?
and you could see all these people.
You know how to do that?
I had his helper.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had to help me. He was home.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was really fun. Everybody's chatting all of a sudden, when we first got on, and we all went crazy. It was like we were all excited to see everybody, and then all of a sudden it got quiet. I think everybody started to calm down, and then they started saying what they were doing or what they weren't doing. And it was so much fun because we haven't seen these people since the whole thing started, and who knows when we're going to get together again. So that's my dancing studio, Mike, that I'm talking about. So yeah, there's about 100 members, and only maybe 30 or 40 were on. So
That's a lot. That's a big number.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
I hope they are okay.
You literally had to, there's so many people, you had to, go left and right to see who was there.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah. So how's your family, Mike?
Good. Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody's healthy. I was telling Scott and everybody earlier that nothing's really changed for us. We pretty much don't leave home. So
Right.
yeah, things are good.
Because you work out of the house.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. It really is. I was in a store earlier today, and the people were not standing in line 6 feet apart.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely I was. And if anybody was behind me, I was going to say something because I didn't hold back.
Yeah, I got to make another grocery run shortly, and I'm not really looking forward to it. But I've got it down where I can go about at least a week, maybe two, without having to go out. So
right, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, did you see my chats earlier when you first were on?
We've seen a few comments. It's this isn't very easy to navigate if you're trying to watch the video and be a part of it. Obviously, if you're right now you're joining us, there's no comments because you're on a different screen. You're not on Facebook. You're just on Zoom. So you need another window open somewhere so that you can actually see the comments on Facebook. And then obviously you got to find the comments if you shared it to multiple places. So it's kind of a pain.
Because see, I was on Facebook and I went to comments, and it was easy for me to say things, and I didn't get any response, so I didn't think you could see it.
I didn't see any, I don't think, from earlier, but I've been having a hard time, like Scott said, I've been having a hard time trying to find the video and follow the comments, and there's like a delay too. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so this feed, we're speaking live. I don't know why the delay, but Facebook has about a 10-second delay. It's probably like a live, like a live sports feed, something like that, so that they can make sure nothing crazy happens on here and they can shut it down before it hits a live feed. But I do know that also, like YouTube, I was just on there this last evening. YouTube said that it's going to be taking bigger precautions for videos that are posted. That more videos might be deleted because of the fact there's no people in the office. So it's going to be less people reviewing videos and making sure that things are to terms and conditions and standards and things like that. So Lewis is here.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello there.
What's up, man?
Good. Hello. Hi, Gail.
How you doing?
Mike, I'm starting to catch up to you. Letting it grow.
Heck yeah, man. Looks good.
I haven't had a haircut. My wife's been missing. She's been in Florida, so.
Yeah, every video chat I've been on, I've got the hat on. I've been strongly considering buzzing my head, but I don't know.
Overdue. My hair's so long, I gotta part it now and comb it to the side.
Yep.
Nice beret.
Scott.
Is that a bow?
Pretty soon, you'll get your fingernails done.
Can't wait.
Hey, when my daughter was young also, she would do them for me too. I'm like, I gotta play the game. You know?
I'm all about it. I'll do it.
That'll be coming pretty soon, I'm sure, for both of us.
Mm-hmm. And Mike and I will compare to see whose daughter is going to be the beautician.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I couldn't get on earlier. I was doing my stupid unemployment forms.
Hey, that's definitely first and foremost.
So many silly questions, man. My daughter was helping me via the phone. That's why I'm like, I'm on the computer and the phone trying to get these done. Unbelievable.
Oh, so Lewis, I saw in the comments that you found Everclear but no aloe.
Yeah. Yep.
So we were talking about how these distilleries are making their own hand sanitizer and they're distributing them throughout their local areas, and some are larger. Here in our area, Litchfield Distillery is doing it.
Oh, really?
I was just told that one of the companies that does our HVAC stuff was given a 5-gallon pail of their hand sanitizer.
Right.
And he's like, it just smells like straight liquor. Yeah, like.
Yes, either.
No, that's why I didn't see it.
But yeah, he said it just smells like straight. He's like, they didn't use aloe or anything like that. It's just straight booze. He's like, you rinse your hands in that stuff, and it's just you smell like an alcoholic.
Our county's sheriff's department posted something. I think it was yesterday. Somebody dropped off a 55-gallon drum.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't know if it was homemade or not, but
Lewis, how are you?
pretty interesting.
moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't light up next to it.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Your hands will be on fire.
Yep. Actually, I just saw a video on that. I don't remember if it was scrolling through Facebook or if it was YouTube or what, but yeah, just definitely be careful of that. That's you gotta think. I mean, they're making it with like 190 proof.
Right.
So it's by the time it gets diluted down with the aloe or whatever they're using, I mean, it's still going to be at least 50-60%. So
Yeah, don't drink it.
no,
It will kill you.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't do grain anymore. I don't drink grain anymore. Eesh.
Those days are behind me.
Yeah.
You were the bad influence with me
Not
with
me.
that. Yeah, you were.
You
The
liked it.
The grain punch. Oh, it was great. However, my liver and my head and my body and yeah, no.
Yeah, that was it.
So, Lewis, the question of the day is how often do you find yourself touching your face now that the virus has brought more attention to it?
You know what? Even if I do, I constantly wash my hands. So the key thing is keeping the hands out of the mouth or your eyes, rubbing your eyes. You know.
Yeah.
So
that's great. You're one of
I've
the
been more conscious about the eye thing because if I got an itch, then I got no choice but to like wash my hands, wash my face, and then scrub, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I just brought up a few minutes back. Like, this is all happening right in the middle of allergy season, you know? So it's like yesterday I was in bad shape from allergies, and I can't stop rubbing my eyes. It's horrible. I'm sure a lot of people are having the same problem right now.
Oh, yeah.
I typically don't get allergies or have problems with allergies, but I was outside today for over an hour, and I definitely felt like a little runny nose and a little stuffiness at a certain time. I was like, just it didn't feel right, you know, and it was definitely because of that.
I had an allergy attack on the way down to Florida. We're somewhere's in right at the end of Georgia, windows down, we're cruising, and all of a sudden I felt that one eye started tearing, and then the other eye started tearing, and then all of a sudden my eyes were burning. So I don't want to touch my face, and I'm driving. I go to my daughter, I'm like, do we have any napkins in the car? I got nothing. Still on a delay.
The screenshot currently on my other computer is me with the hair, with the thing on my hair.
Nice.
That's great.
Right? So here I am tearing. I'm driving 80 miles an hour, and I could barely see. So I finally took the back of my knuckle and wiped one eye out. Well, speed limit was 70.
Okay.
I wasn't within the threshold, 80. So right, I'm cruising. I got nothing. I'm using my T-shirt. Finally stopped at a rest area and washed my face down. I was like, oh my God, I thought we were just gonna die. One eye, 80 miles an hour.
It's really hard to drive with one eye. Like, you lose a lot of depth perception.
Yeah.
And I've noticed it, like, same sort of thing. I've like, oh my God, I have a really bad itch or something, and I'll like go like this, and I'm like trying to keep my eye on the road. I'm like, holy crap, this is hard to do. Yeah, that's that's a real thing. You need both eyes. I would not want to be a pirate. Yeah, I think that was the only question. Yeah, it was interesting. It was the only question of the day we had. I think yesterday we touched on the price of eggs and the price of gas. But
oof, I went to the grocery store today. I had to. And eggs was like $4.99 for a dozen of eggs.
Wow.
You're nuts.
Michael starts sending you some.
I don't think I can ship them. I wish I could.
There is a farm right around the corner from me, and I've seen the sign out there, eggs for sale. I think I'm going to start doing that because that was ridiculous.
I've been selling mine for $2 a dozen. I get like between 7 and 10 a day. It's crazy. Wow. Not 7 to 10 dozen. But Jesus. I can't eat that many eggs. We get them. It's crazy.
Nice. How many chickens you have?
10 hens and a rooster.
Oh wow!
So so there's a rule that I created for Mike, with his rooster. So his rooster's name is Fajita. the current rooster. I guess he's had some hardships lately. Fajita has.
Yeah, a little bit. He keeps getting cuts on his legs. I don't know if it's just from the hens or roosting wrong, or
he's a little rough
or something. But yeah.
So the rule is, shit, I think I lost you guys again.
Doing it wrong.
So the rule is, so his rooster's name is Fajita. So when he's done doing his job, he needs to turn him into a fajita.
Yeah.
And then the next rooster needs to be named something that he can also turn it into.
So I got Fajita, and he was already named. I got him from a friend. So he had a name. I can't. Yeah, I think my first rooster that I will name will be Paco the Taco.
And he needs to be turned into a taco.
A chicken taco?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I know someone who raises turkeys, and their names are Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Perfect. I might need to get a hold of that person, Chris. I might need a turkey for around Christmas time.
That's fine. I can see what I can do.
Not for myself and not for consumption, just as a gift.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And it needs to be living.
We can do that.
Either that or I'm gonna check out the halal market that's like right down the street. And I'll probably end up buying a goat.
There was,
Turkey vulture.
There's a halal market over by where I work in Bloomfield. And one day,
Oh, the cow.
when the cows got loose,
They shot it in Home Depot parking lot.
they shot them literally around the corner from my work.
Yeah, they got shut down for that.
They shut them down after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. That's a big deal. They shot the fucking thing in public in the Home Depot parking lot, and the police were there.
Yeah.
And the police were like, "What's wrong with you? There's kids right there, like in the parking lot of Home Depot. Like what?" Yeah, they got in big trouble for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Mm-hmm. What's everybody drinking?
Nothing. That's a problem.
I got my non-alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, me too.
I'm the only alcoholic I can see.
Why am I backwards?
You're backwards to yourself,
Yeah.
but not to anyone else.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
So like my inside the set list poster
Yeah.
is backwards to me.
I thought you made it.
And so is this.
Okay. I
But
thought you made it on the wall so it reads right on the camera.
yeah, so it's basically the way that Zoom works. I don't know a lot about Zoom, but I'm assuming. So your feed that you see is instant and it's backwards, just like your camera on your phone,
Okay.
like a selfie cam. And what it does is it regenerates that footage. It switches it, mirrors, I should say, and then it broadcasts.
Yeah, because it's weird. Facebook Live, the same thing. Depending on how you put your phone down, if it's upright or sideways, it might still keep your video backwards in one position. But if you flop it the other position, everything's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of there's so technology is so tricky to me, especially trying to figure out all the kinks and figure out what you want to do. And like right now we've got 8 viewers live, and I just first of all thank you guys for joining us and watching us. But we don't know what we're doing technically. We're just BSing and chatting, and this Zoom thing is all new to us. And typically, normally we don't know what the hell to talk about either. So
yeah, we literally just like in the beginning we're like, oh, then we start talking and it's just like
it just flows. And I think that's kind of the key. And this might not be about music, for inside the set list, but I think in this time right now where there's no music to be shared, or I should say not no music, there's tons of music, but no new music coming out because
concerts.
there's no shows, there's no tours, there's no nothing. This is our, I would say, part of our sanity, a way to talk to ourselves and our friends and our peers, and at least get the message out there to use common sense. Because that was
I think
the topic tonight was common sense. But yeah, it's not too bad. This seems to work good. I really wish that we could stream to YouTube as well. But it doesn't work that way. I think I'm frozen. Yep.
He's based it. And see, now you guys just flipped over now.
Yeah. Scott is the host now. I thought he was before.
Well, I was the host, but this isn't. My internet has cut out on me twice.
Yeah, mine's done that too. I'm surprised it's only been twice.
I don't like it because I am very upset at the way that this is working. You know, I got rid of Xfinity because of the price. I might go back.
Really? Wait, what do you have now for internet?
Sadly, I have Frontier, and it's very slow.
Really?
But I can't complain because of Mike. Mike's got the worst internet of all of us.
Yeah, so I live way out in the country, and I can't get cable internet. So I started with satellite, which was horribly slow and has data caps, and I work from home on the internet, so that doesn't work. So I have a Verizon hotspot. That's my internet. So it's basically cellular.
Are you north or south Carolina?
North Carolina.
North Carolina? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to South Carolina. I think I'm only about an hour away.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so I probably drove by you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you posted something that's south of the border. I was like, that's like an hour and a half from my house.
Oh, nice. Yeah, on the way down, I went straight through, but on the way back, I'm like, there's no way I'm driving straight through again.
Yeah. Oh, that's a long drive.
Yeah.
I could go from Connecticut to North Carolina straight through, but
You could have slept with Mike's chickens.
In the chicken coop?
Yeah, why not?
I wouldn't have made him sleep in the chicken coop, man. I could have had my office, you know?
True.
Oh, man. And then your mom, Scott, she sent me a message. You should stop by. And I'm like, no, I don't know.
That's way out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, because I checked it out on the map, but we also had a puppy that we picked up. So, you know, we had to get to our destination.
That's right, because you picked up that little puppy on the way back.
Yeah, in Georgia.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that little dog.
Yep, little Onyx.
So tomorrow night, I work until 6 p.m. That is the normal time that I normally work. Mondays are weird for me.
How dare you?
I know, right? I can't join the chat at a normal time. So I work 9:30 to 6 on Mondays, and then I'm working 7 to 3:30 on the rest of the days. So if there's a chat tomorrow, it'll be later. Unless you guys wanted to start or do it without me. That's more than capable. Also.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted
to nothing better to do.
Inform you guys. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're off for a couple of weeks, Lewis. So it's like we're not doing anything.
I think I got to start working on a guitar tonight.
There you go.
So I got a couple.
You can share your Facebook page too. The SOS Guitars.
What's that?
What's your Facebook? You can have people join your what is it, SOS Guitars?
Oh yeah, SOS Custom Guitars.
Yeah, you can have
but it's more
on your Facebook.
You know, it's more of a hobby. That's all it really is, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just showing what I could do on my time, you know.
Yeah.
It just kicked.
Yeah, Mike just moved.
Or something.
Yeah, now Lewis is next to me.
Lewis is on the left for me. So yeah, right now, so I changed it up. So Lewis, see, I got kicked and now my name changed also. But so what I was doing, I was changing everybody's names because there's a lot of viewers that don't know who we are, actually.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are watching, I see that there's currently 9 viewers live on Inside the Setlist page. Nobody knows who the hell we are. So a quick introduction. I'm Scott. I'm the owner of Inside the Setlist. I would say to my left, but I don't know which order you guys are actually seeing this. Chris is one of my henchmen inside the Setlist, and he's also the owner of ctsmallbusiness.org. And then we got Mike McGovern, my best friend, also my IT guy for Inside the Setlist. He helps me out with all of my internet questions because I have a lot of them, and I do not know anything about building a website. And then we got Lewis from SOS Custom Guitars, also the guitarist of Soldiers of Solace. out of Waterbury, Connecticut, and we are all good friends, and we are all just chatting here on Quarantine Corner. So that is the little gist of, if people are paying attention to this, that's who we are. Yeah, so talk
Team.
about something. Good job.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I went into Harbor Freight today in Waterbury.
What'd you do that for?
Well, I had to pick up a lamp for downstairs in the basement, and you have to wait outside till somebody walks out of the place, you know. So they're.
Do you know how many people they're allowing in?
Right. I don't know exactly, but there was a line outside. But then I go to IGA in Woolkit, and anybody could just walk in, but all the aisles got specific one-way arrows on the floor, you know.
Yeah, Jess was saying that Walmart was like that. Also, they had the line out front. There was employees to direct how many people can go in at once. You stay 6 feet apart from each other. There's spray paint on the ground, even with X's. Like, I told her to grab a shovel, start digging. And then she said once she got in the store, that there was arrows on the aisles one way. She said people weren't paying attention to that. And then when she got to the checkout line, that there was plexiglass that extended probably just to the edge or a little bit further of the belt.
Yeah.
So, and then there was like clear Ziploc bags over the keypads and things like that, which doesn't make sense. That's like wearing gloves. That's the glove thing. That doesn't make sense because everyone's going to touch the plastic.
Right.
Wash your damn hands.
Unless they change it every time they leave their station or something, or switch people or something. I don't know. It's weird.
No.
Or are you saying it's a self-check?
I started wearing
any
the
line.
gloves at work. Same thing. Even at work, I was wearing the gloves, and I'm like, this is ridiculous, man. I just took them off, and then I would just keep washing my hands, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was just saying before, you know?
Yeah. The conversation earlier, Lewis, was basically that people aren't normally qualified to wear gloves, basically.
Yeah.
It's like you need to know how to use them. Like if you can use the gloves all you want, but as soon as you touch your face or if you touch an item and you don't know how to take the gloves off even, now you got problems. You know, it just doesn't, a lot of people don't understand how PPE works. And for someone that doesn't know what PPE is, it's personal protective equipment. And it's a big thing I've learned in my years of being a maintenance person. And I've always worn PPE in a lot of my jobs, even if it's gloves or if it's safety glasses or if it's a reflective vest, hard hat, steel toe boots. We've done it all, but you have to know how to use these things. So you can't just put a face mask on and not adjust it properly, or you can't just wear a respirator and think it's going to work. You know, it's not going to protect you if you don't know how to use it. That's just that's my hot take.
And pick up your damn gloves.
Yeah.
Yes.
My God.
We were talking about that too before, Lewis. How a certain local newspaper had posted a local big box store didn't have any garbage cans.
Yeah.
Like they were all over the place, but like someone had one of the managers by chance who we know responded to him and took a picture of like all 8 of the garbage cans.
And they've been there for years.
And they've been there for like the whole time it's been there.
My God.
Yeah, these media and people are quick to blame stores, and it's not the stores. I'll tell you, these stores are doing what they can to try and protect, first of all, their employees, because they have to be in this I'm going to call it a hot zone. all these employees that are working in these big box stores or even the small grocery stores, the mom and pop ones, these employees, I give them a lot of credit because a lot of them don't want to be there. They don't want to be essential. It's I don't want to do it. I wouldn't want to be in their position to deal with that many people per day. But the stores themselves are at least trying to do their part to flatten that curve, as they say, and they've provided the trash bins for the gloves and the masks and stuff like that. But it's up to you, the community, to do your part.
Right.
Well, gentlemen, I think I have to go and get dinner. I know Mike has to go and get dinner. It's been a great chat, and we will do this again. But
sounds good.
You guys have a great evening, and thank you to the viewers for watching. I want to also say Chris posted a link to Inside the Setlist Facebook page. Check out our YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube page. All these videos will be there. If you didn't catch the first part of it, you can watch it there. If you didn't catch the end, which is now,
I'll upload it. When you upload it, I'll share it tomorrow or whenever. So
sounds great. But yeah, if you hit that subscribe button on the YouTube page that is shared on the Facebook, you will get all the videos. We've done a ton of different interviews with bands and stuff too that you might want to check out that are a lot shorter than this. So feel free to do that. And we will see you next time.
Cool.
Gentlemen, it's been real. Have a great night.
All right, fellas. Later.
Later, guys.
See ya.